What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Sweat It Out podcast. Today, we have a very special guest. This guy right here, he's like family to both me and Josh. We used to work together. We used to tear it up in the gym together. Man, I don't even know where this podcast is going to lead to. All I'm going to tell you is that this guy was a leader. He is a trooper. He's a savage. This guy's done it all. Please help me welcome the one and only Kevin Miller, a.k.a. Beast Mode Productions.
Ooh, woo, woo.
What is up?
Yo, what's up, guys? Yo,
What's up,
I'm
boss?
stoked to be here, man. This is a long time coming. Couldn't be happier. That was a hell of an intro, Mendez. Love that. I hope I live up to that today. I'm sure I will. We're going to crush it.
We're going to get that clip, and we're going to put that for your Twitch streaming.
Let's go. Let's go. Yo, oh, my God. I've got some good shit to share about that.
Woo!
I mean, well, what? Let's just dive right in. Let's talk about it.
Not?
You know, I'm kind of interested to hear how your experience has been in there. I have a couple other friends who are also on Twitch who deal more in like music. I know you're doing gaming, right? And they love it. They've been building their community on there. Something Mendez and I have talked about getting into as well for workouts and podcasts and stuff like that. So how's your experience been like overall with the platform, and then you know how have things been going for you with what you've been doing in particularly?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I've got nothing but positive things to say about the platform. And I feel like it's just on its way up. You know, I think it got a big boost in visibility because of coronavirus, and just overall the gaming community is booming, both before, during, and now we're getting almost into the after part of coronavirus. And for me right now, you know, I'm just in my initial phase. You know, like my initial phase was always going to be about the gaming, right? That's kind of where I got my idea. I like to play a lot of FIFA online, and I got involved in a couple different communities and a lot of people streaming, and I was like, you know, man, why not me? You know, why not like try to take my two passions of video games and health and help people live their best life with less effort and putting them together, you know, giving people like the down low and like what it is they really need to do, but also help them like get better at this particular game. And I'll just like help them in as many ways as I can. You know, so I've been getting started. I'm about to break 100 followers on Twitch, so that's pretty dope. We started 2 months ago.
Great.
From nothing.
I know it's not the easiest thing to build up a Twitch, so definitely love to hear more about that.
Brick by brick, baby. We're coming.
So also I want to say, because you come from the coaching background, and I know how you mentioned mixing the best of both worlds, your health coaching side with the Twitch gaming side. And I think we can agree that, especially in the last 3 years with social media, you've seen an uptake of, you know, fitness guys and girls who love gaming. You know, you've seen it, you know, and even be pro gamers in the tournament world. Now, you've seen it more with like, you know, more traditional guys who just like to go in, more, you know, high bodybuilding type of individuals. But I think in this case, it's much more different, because in here, you're actually providing a ton of value on the health side, you know, coming off your background, and then obviously with the gaming component to it. So I really want to dive into that, and I really want to know, what is it that you're exactly doing with mixing both of those components together, and how is that going for you, and what are the benefits, and what are the things that are people saying right now about that?
Awesome, man. Yeah, no, it's definitely a great question. So to give you a quick background, the game that I stream the most, like 95% of my streams have been on this game, is FIFA 21. So FIFA 21 has a mode called Ultimate Team, where basically it's like virtual trading cards, but you also play with the players, right? So like you can open a pack, and maybe you can pull Messi, or maybe you can pull some shitter from the 4th English League who's like 59 rated. You don't know. So a lot of where I help people just with that, in terms of how to play the game. I'm pretty good. I'm not a pro, but I'm pretty fucking good at the game. You know, Mendez, you know, I'm pretty good at video games in general. So you can only imagine, right? Like I play a lot of this one. I'm pretty fucking good. I throw down some sauce. All right. But really one aspect, I help people get better at the game. I help people spend less money on the game because, and this is crazy right now, actually EA is getting sued on many fronts. One of them being the fact that you can just purchase packs with real money, right? So like it's just like trading cards in the real world, right? Like people want the best cards, they're going to spend money to get the best cards. So they load up money, they spend them to open these packs, and now in the game you also have an entire like market based on these cards.
So you're getting digital money.
Yeah, so it's digital money, but people spend real life money to get the digital money. So I help people also try to trade and navigate the market. I'm pretty good at that. Again, I'm not the best. I'm not a pro. There are a lot of people that are better than me, but I have like a very good knowledge, a very good working knowledge, some very good methods on how to help people make money. So those are two ways I help people. Now, obviously on the health side, right? So I'm good at the game and I help people spend less money at the game and enjoy the game more, basically, is what I do on the game side. On the health side, I'm involved in a couple different prominent Discord communities. And that's how I got involved into this game mode, through these trading Discord communities who help people trade better and make more coins, spending less money, which I'm about. So in those, I also have, I'm an admin in one of them that I'm really passionate about. It's got like 400 members, and I have my own channel called Life Dominance by Beast Mode Productions. So every week, minimum of once a week, I post tips on basically like how these gamers can be healthier. So, you know, I break it down. Like one of them was hydration, like what water does to you, like how you execute that, how you break down that habit, how you know what to do in order to make it like tangible. Be like, obviously step one is get a water bottle. Okay, so get a water bottle, have it by your desk, fill it up, take a break every 5 to 10 games, right? And have some water. Another one is, you know, this game mode also, it's really, really competitive, right? So there's like, because like real money is in play, right? You get better, obviously, performing higher in every weekend league. So every weekend league, you have to qualify for it. Not that difficult necessarily if you're a decent player. If you're a good player, super easy. And you play 30 games, right? Out of those 30 games, if you win more, obviously you get better rewards. And you have a better chance of getting the Messi, the Ronaldo, you know, you name it, a better player. So it's really competitive, right? And people just like, bro, some people just go, I've seen it on Twitter. So like I'm more active on Twitter now than I ever have been before. And I see it all the time on Twitter, people complaining about this and like really like it screams like out like I need help. Like mentality issues, like definitely sleep deprivation, big time. Nutrition goes out the window. Oh my God, posture from imagine sitting in a chair for hours on end playing this game, right? You name it. Like literally like all of it just like spoke to me. Like I get involved in this community and I'm like, wow, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Like these are my people that I need to help. Like these people need my help bad. And so I preach a lot about these different things. Like I post up, I did a couple stretches on my Instagram, and I got back on Instagram as of yesterday, so we're back on the grind.
There you go.
Yeah, I was really grinding on Twitch for a while, and it took me some time to kind of rebalance my life. You know, went through a lot of life changes. And so I was streaming so much, I didn't really make the time for Instagram, and it kind of fell off, but now we back. And so I post up like stretches that I do with the gaming community in mind. So like I did a couple like from the beach, and so whenever anyone in there asks me, you know, what they should do, because a lot of these people, guess what? Of course they have neck pain, they have headaches, they have low back pain. Obviously they got, you name it, you know.
Your hands start getting fucked up too.
Exactly, they're seated all the time, you know. So I made a couple different like stretching series with them in mind. I don't think I posted that it was a gaming series stretch on Instagram, but I posted it really for them, and then I posted it in my Life Dominance by Beast Mode Productions channel in the Discord. And just trying to like feed this healthy mindset. And actually now, multiple people have come to me since I kind of had that channel inside the Discord, and they've asked me for help. And like, so obviously I'm there I tell people all the time in all of my posts, like, you know, it's like at everyone, there's like 400 members. I'm like, hey guys, you guys ever have any questions? Like you could not ask anyone better. Like I am here for you all the time. Hit me up. And a lot of people take me up on that. And actually one guy, as a result, on stream, so I have something called the Board of Gains. So behind me on stream, every stream, I have a whiteboard entitled the Board of Gains. And what I do is every time one of my followers does something awesome, it can either be like life related, like my first guy on the board, I helped him lose 20 kilos and add 20 pounds to his bench press. Right, so he made a huge change, right? And so I have a lot of people like that. Some of them it's life related and health related. Some of them it's like game related, you know, like achieved your first finish or like made X many coins. And just some of them, it's just like achievements. You know, like one of my guys got signed to a professional esports team, you know, so I put him on there. You know, one of my other guys broke 5,000 followers on Twitch, so I put him on there. So I'm really just trying to cultivate a community of achievers and a community of people that really just want to get better at everything. Like a community of people that don't settle.
For sure.
That's what I'm about.
And could this be on any game they're playing, that they can be part of this community? Does it have to be a specific, the FIFA game? They can,
I mean, that's a great question. I welcome everybody, for sure. Right now, I just play FIFA. That will change. When the new Halo comes out on the new Xbox, 1,000%, you're going to catch me cracking some skulls on Halo. That's where I come from. It's my stomping grounds.
There we go.
All right, now Josh can talk.
Little technical difficulties.
Little slip up.
Yep. You know, I think that you have, you know, really something powerful here because one, you know, we talk about this on the podcast quite a bit is, you know, real business wealth tends to come from these, very niche aspects of certain, industries. The health and fitness side of gaming, as gaming continues to grow and become this massive esport that it has become, right? I mean, people are winning $1 million plus at some of these events, right? And I can assume, there's a ton of brain power. Like they've run a couple different studies on like chess players, right? And like how all these chess players were losing electrolytes and, weight during these chess matches. And what they found was they were, burning up to like 6,000 or 8,000 calories a match, right? And I can only assume like that's the exact same thing that's kind of going on in some of these esports tournaments. So the health component is only going to become more of an importance, right, as the gaming community continues to increase. So, kudos to you, number one, for being able to like, see that hole within the industry and then, take the leap of faith forward to be able to actually go on there and help people because, I have a bunch of cousins that love playing video games and they tell me all the time, like, oh, well, what can I do for my low back? I'm having shoulder pain now. And I'll tell them things, but I always thought, man, like, I wonder if there is anyone out there that's kind of doing this stuff. So what is some of the feedback that you've been hearing from these people from some of these like modalities and these practices that you've been, giving them to implement into their lives?
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I definitely, like I mentioned, the one guy lost a ton of weight and just made some very positive changes in his life.
Which is crazy.
And I've got a couple, actually, some like young kids that have done like something similar. Like, and it's funny, so now I would say 75% of my Twitch following is European because these communities, obviously think about soccer, football, right? It's much more popular in Europe than it is here.
Definitely.
And so the majority of the players of FIFA and Ultimate Team are in Europe. And I actually, I was coaching a kid who is in Austria, and he's almost to the professional level of being a soccer player. And he had never heard about ankle mobility before. And I'm like, bro, you got to be kidding me. You've been playing your whole soccer career without ankle mobility. Like, he came to me because he wanted to get stronger. Like, he messaged me, right?
And he was already nasty.
Yeah, he was already nasty. Like, he's 17 and almost professional. Jeez. He's already nasty.
So let's get
incredible.
Nastier.
Yeah, he just wants to get nastier. And he's like, I want to put on some bulk. Like, I feel like my strength is really holding me back. So we talked about it a little bit. And I was like, hey, do you know what ankle mobility is? Do you do anything with your ankles? He's like, no, what's that? And my mind is like, because I've coached soccer players before. I'm like, and I've played soccer myself, obviously, the infamous captain of the Coconut Grove Championship Squad, 2019, the Beast Mode Production Savages. Still got that trophy. It's in my stream, actually, in my view every time. No, but like, so he started working on his ankle mobility, and obviously he got better at soccer right away, right? And just like, so these little things, it's like these little pieces of feedback that like really like keep me going, help me out, and like I always, in my stream, I encourage anyone to ask a question. Like the other day, this dude, one of the guys who has a lot of followers on Twitch, and actually one of the owners of the main Discord that I'm in, where I gain a lot of my traction, where I have that Life Dominance channel in the Discord. And I know he had told me before that he had multiple ACL surgeries. He used to be an athlete. He actually sent me a picture of him when he used to like do like bodybuilding, and he was like in really great shape. And now he's, he hasn't exercised in a couple years. And it's just because, again, we can all relate. Like whenever you have an injury, it really takes you down a few notches. Mm-hmm. And this dude had multiple.
Especially mentally.
Exactly. And this dude went from high-level athlete to basically being told he can never play basketball again, because he had multiple ACL reconstructions. And the doctor's like, basically, you might not walk again if you continue to play basketball. So guess what? He quit. He stopped working out, and then look at what happens. And the other day, he was in my stream, and we were talking, and this guy, is a close friend of mine. He's the owner of the Discord. I'm an admin staff member, so we communicate a lot. And I'm always in his streams. What's up? He's a good dude. And he's like, he asked me some questions on stream. He doesn't come on my stream all that often, typically, because it's either at the same time he's streaming or it's a different time zone. But he came in. I was doing a morning stream, which was great. I love morning streams. That's got to just become my shit. I love starting the day with a little stream. Everybody's good. People from in Europe are in there on their lunch break, like just vibes. And so he comes in and he's like, hey, like, what can I do, for my lower body to get back to it? And we had talked a little bit before about it, but he had never like asked me any questions. It was like a few months ago. And so he's like, hey, what can I do to help with my, ACLs? Like, like I have, my knees are really weak, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, like you should try some, like start with some assisted, like single leg hinging work and go from there. Like that posterior strength is crucial. Obviously, I know for a fact he sits a lot because I watch it. I know his lifestyle. So I'm like, hey, like let's really crank that posterior chain up, start with a little bit of, instability work, really get that posterior compartment going, and then you'll start being able to do everything else with much less pain or without pain.
I think it's truly amazing the fact that you're seeing a very niche component being tied in with one of the other passions of yours. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I think a lot of people, when they're trying to break their heads on how to be able to start something, and how to be able to put something together, and how to be able to impact and get leads from and help people. And I think it's most important to understand that it all starts with understanding that whatever your passion is, whatever that passion is of yours, you need to start building a community around it, and you need to start putting yourself in that space and doing what you're doing, giving these tips out, using these different platforms to build that community, give that advice, and give before you get, and you'll see that people will start building trust with you, and they're going to want to connect with you. And I think that's one of the biggest things a lot of people lack, is the fact that they want to speed this process way too fast and understand that they have to go through these certain steps to be able to achieve a certain level of greatness with whoever they're trying to help.
Well, and a big part of that too is, actually, which you did a great job of, obviously, was opening your ears up and listening to what people actually need right in their lives. And when you speed through that process, you tend to miss out on those key components, that are going to really make or break the difference in someone's day, I think, at least.
No, for sure, man. And like I said, it was the more I got involved in, the Discords, and the more I got involved in Twitter, and the more I'm reading these messages, I'm just like, man, these people literally need everything that I have to offer, every aspect.
Exactly. And look, one of the biggest things, I know, Gary Vee uses Twitter to analyze what are people complaining about, and then that's what he creates his content from.
Yeah, that is gold. That is exactly what happens on Twitter.
Yep.
Literally, that is exactly what happens on Twitter. I love it.
It's one of the biggest things that you can do, is literally analyze what people are saying on Twitter and then apply it onto other platforms. Because Twitter is not a platform that you can just put all this awesome, crazy content, but it gives you a lot of feedback.
No, it's great for arguing, right? And it's
I actually got into my first Twitter banter the other day. I got involved on a FIFA content creators post this is the third time I think that I posted on one of his things, when he talked about how he had gained weight and how he was asking if anyone had any tips. And I had never gotten into Twitter beef before. This was my first dive into real-time Twitter beef. And so I get in there, and of course, someone wants to lose weight. What do you think one of the first comments and suggestions is on there from someone who doesn't really know what they're talking about?
Cardio. Lap band.
It starts with a C.
Fit tees. Herbalife.
It starts with a C.
Waist trainers. What else? Foam rolling for an hour.
It starts with a C and rhymes with barbohydrates.
Oh,
Carbohydrates.
Carbs. Are we talking about carbs?
So this dude right away, one of the first comments,
you gotta go keto, bro.
He's like, yeah, cook carbohydrates, and he started spewing some bullshit, and I'm just and I got in there, and there was actually, it's funny, this guy is now a regular follower and viewer of mine on Twitch, because this guy he had some personal training experience. It seems like he was defending him, or no, he was telling him hey, dude, that's not right, and so he gets in there, and everyone was gangbanging
this
him.
guy's telling him, and then he's telling the other guy, you're not right.
But bro, my aunt, she lost 30 pounds on keto. Exactly. I'm telling you, it works for everybody. You can just put coconut oil in your coffee, a whole stick of butter, and bacon fat, cooking your
every
steak.
Day.
Yo, and so this guy was
then wear the little shockers for the abs.
Yes. And if keto
build the abs.
Full disclaimer, if keto works for you, good for you. But
yes,
it's not doesn't work for everybody.
I am not bashing keto. I am simply just saying, and this is exactly what I got into this Twitter beef over, is that there is no such thing as a one-size-fits-all proposition. And there is no such thing, if you're going to tell me to cut carbs, well, good luck, because guess what my carbs are? They're all unrefined. I'm eating sprouted breads on occasion. I'm eating potatoes. I'm eating carrots. Come on, those carbs. Yeah, tell me to cut carbs. It's not going to work. It's all about, obviously, we know refined versus unrefined. But this guy was getting ganged up on for trying to say that this guy who thought that carb cutting was the end all be all for everyone was correct. And so I hopped in, and of course I brought the science and I brought the heat. And so I'm just actually, did you know that lipolysis is accelerated in the presence of carbohydrates? Did you know beta oxidation is improved because fat burns, as we all have heard, in the flame of carbohydrates? And so this guy tries to come back, and then I just bang. And I never attacked him personally. There was one time when I made a little reference to FIFA. There's people basically, so you can have many different tactics in the game, right? And as you can imagine, just like in real life soccer, the people that are like the biggest pain in the ass to play against are the people that just have everyone back, not even trying to attack, just trying to like take the ball and then counterattack and win on some lucky bullshit. So
they're like camping. It's like camping.
Yes, exactly. They camp. They camp in front of the goal and they take their whole team, and that's called one depth drop back. So they set their depth to 1 and they have the entire team drop back. And so my reference was, I was like, people who think that is the solution are the kind of people that play one depth drop back in champs. I was like, don't be a sheep. And then, it got a little heated.
But dude, I saw this one guy on Instagram this one time. He told me that if I just put this ketone powder, my water, I'll lose the 30 pounds. You're telling me that he's a fucking liar?
I'm not saying he's a liar. I'm just saying those results are atypical. And it is not a one-size-fits-all proposition. And if you want to achieve maximum results, you're going to have to put a little legwork in to find out what exactly works best for you, what's sustainable, what is achievable, and what is realistic. And most of all, honestly, what I found in my experience, most importantly, what you can enjoy. Because guess what? If you don't enjoy it, it's going to be a battle every single fucking day. But if you enjoy it and you feel balanced and you're loving it, it's not going to take any effort whatsoever.
But I think that's the problem. I think people don't want to put the time to experiment on figuring out what they enjoy and what is healthy for them, and actually put in the time and the legwork to figure that out, because everybody wants that quick fix. Everybody wants somebody to do it for them. Everybody wants that, hey, what's the red pill that I can take and just make this all go away? But at the end of the day, we all know nothing in life works like that. So with that being said, obviously what you're doing off the top of the game is very, very interesting in the first place. I think it's very impactful. Like Josh said, definitely it's a niche that is needed because it's going to keep growing. You're seeing it. You're seeing basketball teams. I believe NFL teams are buying gaming teams, and they're eventually they want to put huge, massive tournaments in the. Obviously now with COVID they can't, but they want to eventually put huge, massive tournaments in those arenas and just build off the sports world. And I was even hearing that. Build out the gaming world. I was even hearing that the gaming world is, I think, driving more money than the NFL itself, which is insane.
I believe it. I believe it 100%. And yeah, you get like, you were talking about people winning like millions of dollars at the tournaments. It's true. Like I read something, I watched a documentary on Netflix, I think, about like League of Legends, which I'll be honest with you, I don't even really know what that is.
Is that like World of Warcraft?
I think it's kind of like that. But
I've seen like the ads on Facebook.
There was like a $20 million prize pool or something. I'm just like, that is mind fucking blowing. Like, are you kidding me? And you talk about earlier, you said like the chess players that burn a lot of calories, right? So we always talk about like always in our little community, like weekend league is one of the sweatiest things. Like I always tell people to bring a towel because like you're going to sweat. Like your hands are going to sweat. Like I'm not going to lie. Sometimes my controller smells nasty when I'm done. Like
I don't even play video games and I get that feeling.
Yeah, it gets real. No, it gets real. And like people and myself included sometimes, people rage, and like I think that's also where part of I step in and part of my education comes into play about mentality. Like how you can set the right mentality, how can you have the right affirmations, how can you physically reset after a loss to make sure it doesn't carry over the next game, like basically like sports psychology stuff that I haven't really applied in some time.
So what's the wildest experience you've had with that? With what you're doing with that group?
With the group, I mean, honestly, it probably, I think I'm going to interpret that as my wildest experience on Twitch with my own streams. It actually happened this last weekend, and I'm going to go back, and
it's pretty fresh.
I save all of my broadcasts to my computer. I got to make sure I didn't run out of space because I've been saving them the whole time. I have two massive hard drives. So I don't think
that's what she said.
If I did, I'm going to be pissed because this clip was golden, right? So also in this game, like there's something, and actually this is what EA is getting sued for right now. They're getting sued for two things. One, it's the moms whose 12-year-old kids spend tens of thousands of dollars on these packs without their authorization. That's a problem.
Oh, thanks, Kevin.
Because they have their credit cards on.
Yeah, because they got credit cards, so they get ripped. And you imagine you're a little kid. Oh my God, I want to pack Ronaldo, and you open like 150 packs, and the best you get is like a 72 rated shitter.
And the parents don't even know it.
And they don't even know it. And then they find out on the bill. So they're getting sued in that.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, this is crazy. This whole
I'd be pissed.
Oh my God, I'd be livid. This whole like ecosystem in this game, guys, is madness.
I mean, the most.
How are they getting sued for that though?
I mean, because you're fucking these kids. You're like manipulating these 12-year-old kids and spending tens of thousands. Listen, luckily, I mean, thank God, my mother, the worst I think she ever had to do was like worry if I was like ordering porn on pay-per-view when we were traveling. You know what I mean? Like that was the most of the expense.
Porn cards?
Yeah. Oh my God.
But you know, like I can only imagine. I can only imagine what would happen. Like if we were, I was so dumb as a fucking kid. Like I would have spent probably more than tens of thousands.
Yeah.
You know, trying to be the best, even though I sucked at video games.
Yeah, so they're getting sued for that. I know Belgium has already outlawed it. I think they're getting sued for that in a country as well as the U.S. And then another lawsuit. This is the second lawsuit, I think, pertaining to this topic, which is how they rig the game to make you feel like you need to buy better players. So like all of a sudden your players start performing really poorly, or they give the opponent the advantage. We call it in the community DDA, or dynamic difficulty adjustment. And EA, of course, denies this ever exists. Yo, but I can tell you, like, I also used to not think it exists. I was like, who are these people making excuses for their own bullshit and shittiness on the game? Yo, it might be real. Like,
Are you just turning into like the Eddie Bravo, Alex Jones of FIFA? Is that what you're becoming? All these conspiracy, bro. The deep state of FIFA, man.
We're gonna see Kevin open up his own podcast.
The deep state of FIFA, bro. They're turning frogs gay. FIFA's turning the frogs gay.
Yo, my FIFA bros are gonna listen to this shit and they're gonna die. No, so like, and I was on my stream, right, and like, I'm doing pretty well. Like I said, I'm a good player. Like, I don't ever play all 30 games just because I've never had. That's a crazy time investment. Like, to play all 30 games a weekend, you're probably looking at, if you're lucky and people rage quit because you're just whooping their ass with sauce, 10 hours. Wow. If you're not,
10
like,
hours for 30 games. Well, how long?
It's
like a
20
minutes.
But if it goes to extra time, it can be 30 minutes. And then you also got to take into account time to find a game. You know, like choose like all that different stuff.
Little in-betweeners.
And you're incrementally taking breaks throughout it. Like, do they have like break periods like built in, or you're just saying like, okay, I need to tap out for 5 minutes, or it's like, or it's a 10-hour rage?
So that's a good question. So basically, it starts on Friday mornings, and you have from Friday morning until like Monday at 2 a.m. to play 30 games. So it's not like, you know, you got to get them all in at this time. You know, it's not like that quite.
So you can bulk up on one day. Try to just go crazy and just say, oh, I have 2 games left on Monday.
Exactly. Now, for me, I've never even gotten close to 30. I think the most I ever played was 24. So, like, you get...
Close.
How was that experience?
You know what? It was extremely sweaty. Actually, it was back when I didn't play in my...
Shirt off or shirt on?
Shirt is on, but it's soaked. And it was funny because...
So we can see the nipples piercing.
Oh, nipples were popping through 100%. And
Wait,
actually,
hold on. You have your nipples pierced?
No. He meant piercing through the cloth.
Oh, okay. I was like,
hold on. I
was like, I've known you this long and you're holding out on me? I was like, you got your... When the fuck did you get your nipples
about to be
pierced?
like, yo, you're going to have to flash the cameras.
I was dead ass. That was the next thing I was about to say. I was like, you're about to show us all your nipples.
I will flash the camera if you really want me to. I have no qualms about that whatsoever.
Not without piercing. If we can pierce... I mean, I think...
Let's do it right now. If it means I get to flash the camera, let's do it.
Should we set up the live stream?
Right?
So, oh God, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so this like...
Nipple piercings.
This nipple piercing and like DDA and like sweatiness. So I don't ever play 30. But the time I played like 24... I think I won 17 out of 24. Good finish, you know, so I was 17-7. And what happens, obviously, as you win more, the matchmaking, you play better people. So it's all like form-based. So like after you win, you know, you win 3 games in a row, you're only going to play people, theoretically, that win 2 or 3 game or 4 or 5, whatever it is, right? Anyone else that's in form, so to speak. No, but by the time I finished that, right? So that time I played most of them on a Saturday. And my girlfriend, Marisol, came home, and she saw me playing. And she saw like sweat on my forehead. And then I get up, all right? I'd probably been playing for like maybe 4 to 5 hours. Because I can't ever get it done on a Friday, man. I try and I just can't. Like it's just, I just can't. Just don't have the time on a Friday. And even Saturdays are tough. Like Sunday typically when I do the most damage. And I got up off the couch. And the couch was just like you could see the outline of my back on the couch. Jeez. And like you could see the cheek sweat on the cushion of the couch.
Hot.
Yeah, and so I know, right? We're getting steamy here. And so I always keep a towel. I always kept a towel next to me. Like I legit am an advocate of like, yo, bring a towel because this shit is gonna get sweaty. Like it is extremely sweaty.
You could just start selling towels to these gamers.
Exactly, right? Like branded Beast Mode Productions towels.
Yeah.
Get the merch.
Why not?
Get the merch, man. Yeah, I got a lot of things.
Maybe sofas. Maybe you're selling couches.
You know, man, I'm selling sweat-proof chairs. You know, we got it all, bro. We're gonna have definitely some apparel. Some licensed Beast Mode Productions.
Some already sweat apparel.
Yeah,
like
some
pre-sweated.
Fake
sweat on there.
Some gaming tank
Fake
tops.
sweat. No, real sweat. Real gamers.
Signed by Beast Mode Productions.
I mean, either that or another good option I've thought of is
it's got to be authentic, right?
Like,
That's right.
Color changing sweat tank tops. You know, like so. You know, it goes from like gray to red. obviously it's got to be red. You know, when you sweat.
I'm just thinking of like what the average gamer probably looks like and what that shirt would look like as a sweat. You know, I'm like, no offense to any of you gamers.
That's
you know,
why he's only gonna sell one size. Because if not,
yeah,
you can't wear it.
You know, and that's actually
one size fits all T-shirt. Good luck with that one.
That's been really funny too. Is like, you know, so I get a fair amount of just random people who like find my stream, and they come in, and of course, like one of the first of all, I never wear sleeves on stream. I think I wore sleeves on stream the first time the other night when I was in my robe after I like took a shower, was like chilling out for the night, and that was the only time I've ever worn sleeves.
Do people ask you if you're Paul Bunyan with the fucking beard?
Actually, one guy asked me if I was Amish. I remember that.
That beard, dead ass. Like I used to, where I grew up, there were Amish people like 15 minutes away. That beard, dead ass, looks like the Amish beard. So you know, a little shorter than the Amish ones, a little more trimmed up, but definitely the squared off Amish look is. I think it's kind of in right now, though. I think you got a thing going.
Yeah, we bring the facial hair, man. We bring it strong.
Yeah, I made him hack his off. I kept bitching, complaining.
Right? Well, it's pretty long.
I was like, "We're gonna get pictures taken. You have to get your beard trimmed."
Sounds about right. No, so people come in my stream, right, and they're just like, "Holy shit, you're jacked," or like, you know. But it's funny because again, a lot of my audience is European that discovers me. It's interesting, and so like one guy's like, "Whoa, yo, you're a unit," and I'm like, "Unit?" I was like, I haven't heard that in a long time, you know. So it's funny to have people come in and then like, you know, they always talk about like, and people then I hope as they, you know, experience me and like understand like what I'm about, which is like, I'm not just really here playing. Like, yeah, I'm here playing, but really I'm here to like
dominate.
Yeah, absolutely. I am absolutely here to dominate. I am absolutely here to dominate, but really I'm here to help you dominate. You know, and then so they get more comfortable with asking me questions, and then I give them like little bits and pieces here and there. And actually, what I'm about to launch, like this is coming this month, is live streaming my workouts. So I'm gonna live stream a couple on Twitch. Yep, I'm gonna live stream a couple of my workouts per week
with Juicy J songs in the back.
For sure, Juicy.
You gotta slap the Zip in a double cup mixtape.
All of my streams, bros. You can definitely find rap and hip hop, 100%. And I've been.
Yo, you know 3-6 Mafia is gonna be at 3 points this year.
That's pretty dope.
I'm going for sure. I can't wait for that.
I
saw Juicy J when I was at Syracuse in college, and my Jewish friend James and our 6'6" friend Sweet Lou were the only white kids in the entire auditorium, and we were I'm not kidding you, touching the stage in the front, just like moshing. It was great.
I remember the Juicy J Equinox days.
Oh my God, bro. Juicy J.
I mean, it's hard not to love Juicy J.
He's just a champion. You know what? He's just a savage and a champion at everything he does.
Yeah, the Hustle and Flow mixtape that 3-6 Mafia made, so one of my favorites.
One of the most underrated guys.
For sure, just a goat in the game.
How do you underrate Juicy J, bro?
He's underrated, man.
I do think I agree. I think he's underrated. I think he's underrated. So yeah, anytime in my streams, you can definitely find it's either Logic. It's either Juicy J, it's Kanye,
Kygo,
or it's like definitely no Kygo.
That's gonna be the next tweet. The next tweet is
so Steve Aoki.
Juicy J is underrated.
Juicy J is underrated. Yeah, definitely. I mean, no Steve Aoki either. But most of the time, we're listening to like some savage rap music, and you know we're just getting it in and we're getting it on and we're throwing down the sauce.
Now, are you when you work out? Are you more into like, you know, the hip hop era from the 90s, 2000s? You know, or kind of like the mumble fucking rap lean bullshit that you see a lot today.
Little pump.
You know, it's probably
I don't mind Little Pump, but I'm like, you know, something like Tekashi 6ix9ine is trash, and you know all these other clowns.
No, I don't like that. I think it's definitely a mix. I actually, you know, if everyone listening to this podcast, I've got a great gift for you. It's a playlist that I created at the beginning of the coronavirus. It is public on Spotify. If you search Coronavirus Savage, you can get 7 hours plus of some of the most savage music to help you smash your workouts, curated by yours truly, Beast Mode Productions. So yeah, it's public. You can go ahead and access it, enjoy it. If you really like it, reach out to me and let me know you're enjoying it because I created it with love.
Top 3 songs on there.
Top 3 songs is definitely Juicy J Scholarships.
Woo!
Has to be number one. Has to be number one.
Get that money.
And then you have Roy Jones Headbangers. Can't be touched, can't be stopped. It's got to be number 2. And then what is the guy's name? I think it's like Rob Hustle and the Standard. I'm a Beast. And I think it's the it's a remix. I'm having a brain fart right now, bro.
Guys, you're gonna have to go on Spotify.
But it's definitely a remix with another goat in the rap game that you haven't heard of sometime, and it's banging.
Don't worry, you can Venmo us for that plug too. It's all right. We'll figure that out after the podcast.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How are these girls when it comes to gaming?
Are they like screaming in your face like "fuck you"?
Oh my God.
Fuck you pussy.
Yo, so let me tell you, I'm gonna be 100% transparent. So I have not watched too many of these females. Like I've probably spent like less than 5 minutes of my life watching their streams, but the shit I see on Twitter is unreal. Yo, these girls smash it. They smash it. So here's my theory, and respect any lady hustlers out there listening to this.
They
and you're
smash
doing
it on the game, or they smash it on something?
Probably a little bit of both.
I mean,
you know,
look, I'm about to go a little bit more in depth. We're going to go in deep here, if you will. So I see these girls, right? And it seems to me, again, all respect to them. Like, I give them all the credit. You hustle. You do what you do with what God gave you. Like, I respect the hell out of that. And so they stream, right? They stream video games.
OnlyFans.
Yeah. What? Did someone
Yeah,
say?
this is probably like the 5th episode we've brought OnlyFans up in a row.
Did someone say OnlyFans? Oh my God! Of course. Guess what they have?
I think
in there?
people are dead ass gonna think we're obsessed with OnlyFans.
Guess what?
Probably.
They got a link to their OnlyFans. Of course they got. And guess what they're wearing on their
Disclaimer.
stream.
Another disclaimer. I've honestly never been on OnlyFans.
I've been on there one time.
I've hit the swipe up link to just see like if you can see the content, but you can't see the content. So I'm like,
they've asked Josh to go on there all the time.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
You know what? Actually,
I've
I've thought about making my own OnlyFans and following these ladies, their model. You know, like why not me? Why can't I have
I've been asked.
shirtless underwear pics?
I've been asked
Like,
to be a part of other girls' OnlyFans pages. Like, do you want to like do a scene with me? Like, no.
That sounds.
No.
You denied that?
Dude, I have way too many distinguishable tattoos. Like if I was just a normal white guy without tattoos, I could put on like a pig mask or something and then get my way, like a Nixon mask and get my way through it. Right. But like with the amount of tattoos I have and with how unique they are, it would be impossible not to know that it was me. And trust me, I've thought about this in detail, and the answer still every time is always no.
You know, it sounds like it, and I respect that 100%.
I mean, you got to think it through. You know, like it's clearly a very lucrative business opportunity.
You know what? So, guys, I'm going to give you actually an impersonation of what these girls do on their streams.
But is OnlyFans getting sued? Because I'm sure there's a lot of kids that are running their parents.
Well, there was just sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but there's a girl that she's like a huge creator on OnlyFans, and she was she posted this photo. It's like, oh, like I guess I can't keep my skirt down or something like that. And people paid, I don't know, like $3.99 for whatever. And it was like a gift. It was like a gift though of her as like a 12-year-old girl pulling her skirt up. Oh my
God.
I was like, oh, you sick fuck, you sick fuck. Like,
no, and look,
people were hundreds of thousands of people bought this and were furious.
That's ridiculous.
You gotta be furious.
You know, but what I will say, again, on the legitimate side of these lady hustlers and their business and their streaming on Twitch, because I mean, yes, they are technically playing a video game, but I do not think that's like their really primary motive, because I get on there and this is what it is, guys.
I mean, but you see that at the
here. The camera is right here.
All right, your nipple is definitely not pierced.
No, it's definitely not pierced.
But that's what it is. It's all low-cut shirts, and then guess what? They also get on Twitter, and then they're like, oh, going live in 5, and it's like them in a lingerie set, and I'm like.
But you see the same thing. I feel like with a lot of these quote unquote influencer girls, where they're like, if you didn't look at the picture but you read the caption, it's like, oh, this phrase by Socrates. And then it's like a picture of them in like a thong bikini, right? But that's what happened. And you're like, these two things don't match up.
One of these things is not like the other.
Like, bro, the obstacle is not the way, or the obstacle is the way. Ryan Holiday, just like a picture of them bent over. It's like, what?
I saw a meme of this guy, and he's like, I forgot what he put, but it was like, he put something back like, who phrases a verse from the Holy Bible, and then it's a picture of a girl with her whole ass spread it out in the middle.
20. Yo,
it's these e-girls. They do it, bro. And you know what? Brilliant marketing by them. Again, nothing but respect.
I mean, but some of them can play though, right? Like there has to be.
But let's get serious. Some
like
can't play.
a lot of them can shred.
Yeah, let's not. I don't want to get it twisted. That's a generalization.
And we're just fucking around. We're joking.
Yeah, that's a generalization I probably should not make. But there are a significant amount of e-girls that do that. They're also, I'm sure, and I think. I've seen one of them on Twitter. I've commented on one of her things because one of my other friends commented on it, and I was commenting on it back. She's filthy at the game. Like, she would probably beat me at the game. Wow. Like, she's really good. So there are definitely some girls who are really, really good. I will say, unfortunately, it seems like the lion's share, or at least of what I see on my feed, are these e-girls, which run it basically as a front for their
Check your feed, bro.
Yeah, apparently.
So how about some of those names that these girls put on their profiles?
I mean, oh my God. It's basically, so think about
Thunder Down
hold on.
Under 24.
Yeah. So if you were to think about
Nipple me, please.
Scissor me Xerxes.
Oh my Jesus. Jeez, we're getting pulled off of YouTube. Where's a young Jamie when we need him?
Anyway, no. In all seriousness, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. In all seriousness, like these, like their names are fine typically. Typically, you wouldn't even suspect anything. But think about for a second, if you were to think about one of the most vulnerable populations of men in terms of like subsets and niches of men, are not gamers like one of the single most vulnerable populations?
Yep.
Men that typically do not work out.
Yep.
Men that typically do not really go outside. Men that are typically so wrapped up in their game, they don't really talk to too many females. Like that is just banging marketing by them.
Guess what Kevin's doing? He's disrupting it.
Yeah, I'm coming in there and I'm changing the game.
Woo!
See, because now I'm in there.
Getting these guys healthy.
Exactly.
Strong.
I'm just getting in there
Flexing the pecs.
and I'm
Vibrant.
flexing.
Look
I'm
at
like,
what I
guys,
got to offer.
I'm like, guys, let's go take these ladies down. Let's go show them what's up. Like, let's get you in there. Like, why not?
Win
you?
one for the patriarchy.
Yo, I can't tell you guys how many times I sit in my Discord and like, so obviously we all know the term of simp, right? So in this Discord,
Oh, they're like calling dudes out like that?
yeah. So in this
Crazy.
Discord, we have
Crap.
something called Simp Patrol. Because guess what? All of these guys are really involved on Twitter. And again, this is new to me. I was never involved on Twitter until like recently, like the last few months. And so that's why I go through and I can see what all my friends comment on and like. And so in this Discord, people post like, photo evidence of like these people's like prominent members of the Discord, like the last few likes. And of course, it's just like all girls. And I'm just like, and they're like, oh, like why? I say like, why not you? Like, why can't you get in there? Why
Big
can't-
facts.
Yeah, like why
Be
can't you have
honest.
some of that? And they're like, oh, this, like I got no chance. I'm like, what do you mean you got no chance? Why do you have no chance? Be like, and so that's another part of the mindset that I like, I cultivate with these guys. And it's not all guys, there are some girls, but it's like 98% guys. Let's be honest. It's a lot of guys. And I'm like, guys, like, why not you? Like, start eating your protein, go hit the gym. And then let's come back a month from now when you're consistent and we can talk about actually if you want to have some specific goals, like you want to be able to do something specific, let's go. But first, just get started. And here's how you get started.
When it comes to those girls, I would tell them, you're lucky it's not you. No.
You know what?
Well, I've been there. I've done that. You're lucky.
You sound like a wise man.
Yeah, well, I'm divorced for a reason.
That's gonna be the quote on somebody's next picture.
Yeah, it's lucky it's not you.
Lucky it's not you.
Someone's high school yearbook quote.
Lucky it's not you. Oh man,
This is crazy. I'm telling you, this is the reason why I think it's important to bring all this stuff out, because you see the realism, man. Like people want to hear the real shit. People want to hear what's really going on in these different worlds that people are part of and what they're doing. To me, I think it's interesting the more we dive deeper into these conversations, because you get to really expose a lot of cool stuff, a lot of weird stuff, a lot of things people don't even know of. Shit. Today I learned a whole bunch.
it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world, man.
Well, I think everyone really at heart is like inherently weird in their own little way,
yeah.
right? But a lot of people are afraid to kind of express that strange side of them, and online communities like Twitter, like Twitch, these gaming platforms, especially for people who are, while generalizing, right, tend to be more self-conscious about themselves and what what impact their actions have, at big or small. So for them to just be able to come out there and kind of express themselves in a way that they freely can is pretty cool in itself, I think. And from my side, like when we were growing up, the only really outlet you had was sports. Like kids played video games, but it wasn't a community aspect where you could literally see like, okay, other people are kind of going through the same things on the life side of that's not even on the gaming side. And like, okay, how can I connect? And okay, maybe I'm not so alone. I know some people in my family growing up like kind of felt that way, right? And that's why they really fell in love with video games, because it was something they were good at, and maybe they weren't the best student, or they definitely weren't the best athlete, or they weren't the most popular. So it was a way for them to kind of feel that importance that I think everyone needs, that value and benefit of like having a skill that a lot of people don't have, I think is super important. So, it's really cool to see that the whole the whole gaming community is really like growing, and there's more, cultural and social support for that, right? Because at first it was like, oh, games are gonna, turn everyone into a serial killer, and we're gonna have Unabombers everywhere. And it's not. I mean, maybe there is some influence in that. I'm sure might play a small role, but I think overall, the formation of these communities has been huge for people's social interactions, and especially now during COVID, right? Like, I know a lot of my friends from college who stopped playing video games after we left college, got back into them because there was no other way for them to really hang out with our friends.
And what you say there is crucial too, because, like, social importance and relations are like one of the pillars of self-efficacy, right? So that's how a lot of these people relate, and a lot of these people get on games with their friends, and that's their pillar, right? That's a big time pillar for them. And like, you'll also find something very interesting, right? Because you have a lot of people that play, especially the people, obviously, that play video games, that, like, play them all the time. Typically, what you'll find is those people are very competitive, right? So really what you have to do with these people, they're already competitive. Mm-hmm. They already have, like, an internal drive that a lot of people actually don't. So I feel like for a long time, especially before, now we live in a virtual world, and it's becoming more virtual by the day. But, let's go back like a decade. Think about how people looked at gamers. Like, they're like nerds and outcasts. And basically what's going on now is there's been a lot of studies also that have shown, like, it actually increases hand-eye coordination, actually improves brain function, it actually has all of these benefits. These people are actually achievers and strivers and competitors, and they're go-getters. They just do it in a different way. And so what I try is I'm trying to channel that and try to, like, help people unlock that, because most people that come to me, right, and especially the people that want it, they see, like, my stream title, like, today we're making tons of coins, like, get in here, like, let me teach you how, or whatever, or today we're practicing some new skill moves, like, let me show you what we're gonna do, like, I'm learning them live. It's people that come in, they come in because they're hooked by that. Maybe they see my Twitch picture, which I may or may not be wearing a shirt in, may or may not be doing a power pose. I cannot confirm or deny either one of those things, but typically they're probably coming because of the title, because they want to learn something, they want to get better at something, they want to do this, they want to do that. And so they come in with that mindset, and then those people are, like, really the people that are now my consistent viewers, and, like, that I stick with and that I continue to teach things to, whether it's game related or life related.
So what do you want to see moving on in the future between the gaming world and the health world? And honestly, where do you think that's going to go to?
Well, I'm hoping to kind of drive that change, man. That's a good question. I'm hoping to kind of be a pioneer in the space. Because I'll be honest, I haven't looked extremely thoroughly, but I have not found anyone like me in the space. So I really want to be a pioneer of that shift. Like, I want to be the voice for gamers to take care of themselves, and the resource so that they know how, and they feel comfortable, and they can come in and ask me whatever they want. Like, they can come in my workout streams, and my workout streams in the beginning is literally probably just gonna be me slaying it, inspiring people. Really, it's not. I'll have the chat up, and I'll definitely answer some questions. But really, it's just going to be, like, showing people, like, yes, like, yeah, I stream all this time, like, I play this game all the time, and I can also do this stuff. Mm-hmm. They're not mutually exclusive. You can have them both. Like, you can do them both, and there's no reason why not you.
Yeah, everyone kind of thinks, and I think this is across the board when it comes to health, it's like a zero-sum game, and it's not that at all, right? It's like, oh, well, if I want to lose weight, then, I can't eat any sugar. I can't have any of the things that I love. I can't go out with my friends. I need a boiled chicken. I need to get these meal plan services, or I need a meal prep for 7 days. And it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
And that's actually what I'm probably the biggest advocate of, is, like, everything you'll find all over my Instagram. Even I did some YouTube videos. I need to get started on that again. Did a 2 video. It's supposed to be 10 videos. Right now it's at 2. It's a 2 video YouTube series on, like, basically a microcosm of my nutritional approach, and, like, how to live your best life, and, again, enjoy what you're eating, because I had someone else from the Discord the other day ask me about, like, hey, like, what do I want to get in shape again, like, what can I go back to eating? It was the same guy who used to be, like, a bodybuilder, used to compete. He's like, yeah, back in the day I would only eat, like, broccoli, chicken breast and rice, and it was awful.
Well, and
I was like, you're right,
that's horrible. Yeah.
Be like, you want to hear what I ate yesterday? Probably not, because I had ribs, ice cream, peanut butter, and chocolate. And I'm just like,
but you didn't die, right? You didn't die. You're not a dog. Like, you're not going to die from eating chocolate.
And I still look just fine. Like, it's okay, but that takes work. Like, that I am here, just like with anything else, right? Just like, as you guys can attest to, in any kind of business venture, even on this podcast, when you guys started the podcast, the studio didn't look like this.
We didn't even have a studio.
We didn't
right?
have one.
Yeah.
I was sitting in my bed recording all the audio episodes.
Yeah, and I was in my other room hoping that Stella wasn't going to scream in the back.
Yeah. So you guys started from the bottom. It's like anything
now
else.
We here.
You put the work in. Exactly. You put the work in, and guess what? it gets better over time. So it's exactly the way I approach nutrition. Is like, yeah, you got to put some work in. Now I'm here to help make it really easy for you. Much easier than it would be if you went to anyone else. I'm here to make it much easier and much more sustainable. And most of all, again, I just hammer home, much more enjoyable. And my population are the people, you know, again, again, it just all came to me like one day in like a vision when I thought of this. And it's like these gamers, again, they're all competitive. They all want to get better. If I can just give them a roadmap of how to do it, you know, like they'll do it. It's like you have, you know, the four different quadrants of like motivation, right? And so you have like high drive, low skill. That's these people in terms of nutrition. Mm-hmm. They're driven like crazy, but they don't have any knowledge of the topic. Mm-hmm. So if you give them the roadmap and you tell them what to do, like, and periodically, I haven't been streaming long enough really to see this yet. I've seen it in the Discord, but like people coming back to me and telling me, hey, I did this. This is what happened. Like, now what? And then guess what? Here I am. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just going to give them the roadmap.
Right.
So based on the information you're getting and you're studying and seeing what works, what doesn't work, how are you logging all this stuff? Where are you logging this stuff so you can actually just learn how to apply these things? Because I know you mentioned like stream, you know, you're streaming more, obviously in your Discord and your group, you're learning more from what these people are saying and doing. Do you log all this stuff in a certain area, or do you just, you know, remember these things?
Well, right now, you know, I'm still, you know, I'm under 100 followers on Twitch, rapidly approaching guys.
Follow this man.
Follow
him.
Please, guys, follow me.
What's your Twitch name again?
Shit. It's Beast Mode Productions, but with a 0 instead of the first O in Beast Mode.
And then we got the Twitch OnlyFans page.
Yeah, and then Twitch OnlyFans come in 2021, baby. You're not going to want to miss that.
Get ready for that swipe up,
Get ready.
Cocosaurus
X.
Jesus Christ. All right. We got to end this.
All right. Anyway, no. So, yes, I don't, to answer your question, right now I just remember it because it's like it's on a very personal level. At some point, I really hope and I really think that won't be enough. I really think they'll have to keep more track of it. But right now, really, I'm just trying to hand out. I obviously save all of my beautifully worded Discord posts. One day they'll make their way on the gram for sure. These tips I'm giving out for gamers in particular and how they apply to the game and just how they make their life better. But right now, it's just on a very personal basis. You know, I really enjoy putting new people on the board of games. You know, that's cool.
Love that.
I've got to step my game up a little bit. I've got to make that like a green screen type board of games, make it look a little better because right now it's just a whiteboard. It looks, I mean, let's be honest, it looks a little ragtag, you know, but that's all right. You know, again, like we said before, we're starting from the bottom.
Start with what you have. What you have is plenty.
Exactly. Wait, yo, what I probably, bro, I say that, no joke, at least 3 times a week, bro. I'm like, what I have is plenty. Like, let's go. Like, what we have is plenty.
And it's important to keep that all in perspective. You know, I really think, especially now in, you know, the pandemic age that we're going through to, you know, understand and be grateful of the things that we do have, and not necessarily focus so much on the things that we don't have or can't do right now. We're almost at an hour, Kevin, and I know Mendez is going to have a couple of questions for you like he does all of our guests. Why don't you let everyone know where they can find you, how they can contact you through Twitch, Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah, of course. So you guys can find me pretty much on all platforms as Beast Mode Productions, and normally it's just... what is it? Sorry. None of them are alphanumeric except for my Twitch name, which is Beast M and then 0 DE Productions. Instagram, Beast Mode Productions. Twitter, Beast Mode Productions. YouTube, Beast Mode Productions. So pretty much on all platforms, it's ubiquitous. Beast Mode Productions.
Awesome.
Get this man some follows on Twitch. Let's go.
Yeah, I'd love to have you guys there. You guys are always welcome. You know, like right now, as of right now, it is only FIFA. But as of like next week or 2 weeks from now, it is going to be workouts. And then later this month, I'm also looking to add live cooking streams to teach people how to cook and teach people how to cook some good shit.
That's the underwear.
If you ever stream,
life.
if you ever want to battle on like some Smash Bros or you know like Super Mario Party, like those are my
Yo, I will absolutely wipe the floor with you in Smash Bros.
Maybe I'm not the best at Smash Bros, but Super Mario Party, I'll fucking destroy you.
Can you even be really good at Super Mario Party?
You can be elite. You can be elite. I promise you. There is a way.
Open up a new community right
now. That was my favorite. That was one of my favorite.
That
was one of my favorite games. Do you ever before you ask these questions? Did you play N64 as a kid or
Of course, bro.
Did you? There was a game that was like R-rated when we were growing up called Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yep.
That was like what me and my cousins would play. Not the teddy bears versus the squirrels, like the Nazi teddy bears versus the U.S. Army squirrels was the bet. Yo, We played that game all the time. It was if you don't, dude, I'm gonna show you the YouTube
I know
videos.
you're talking about.
Yeah, you
I know
know.
you're
Did you ever
talking
play it?
I played it.
Oh my God.
Probably not as much as
Oh,
you guys, but I played
no,
it. I had a friend that used to go to his
religiously.
house and I used to
Actually,
be
my
like,
mom
what the
didn't really let me play it, so I didn't play it all that
Oh,
often.
my mom.
That's why I would go to my friends.
My mom fucking hated that I
My mom
had it,
didn't
but
buy-
my cousins had
my
it, so
mom
I
would
had to
buy
have
it for
it.
me, and I knew she wasn't. And I think the worst game I had was like the James Bond game.
Yeah, I had Perfect Dark was probably the worst game I had. But that was a fire game. That was a banger.
Mendes?
I'm gonna hit you up with some questions now.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, first question. If you had to pick one fitness tool, what would it be? You can only pick one.
Viper,
Viper.
no debate.
All right. Besides FIFA, what's your other favorite game to play?
Halo. I mean, I don't play it anymore, but like when the new Halo comes out, I'm gonna be cracking skulls. That's where my video game skills were born, raised, and honed into a monster. So you're gonna catch me.
That's when I
going to
stopped
work on
playing.
that.
When my cousins got really good at Halo and I fucking sucked, I was like, I'm done playing video games. Like, this is bull. I'm gonna go back to playing fucking real sports.
Yeah.
Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Party, real
Yeah.
sports.
Football, basketball.
Mario Party, like-
now I'm getting triggered over here because I'm not good at video games.
Tell me you remember on the N64 on the original Mario Party when you would spin the
Yes,
Oh, 100%.
and you would just rip giant blisters in your hands. Oh my
100%.
god.
And the little what do you call it? The rubber of the Nintendo would come ripping off.
Oh yeah. You destroy
And I had
the
the Donkey Kong 64
Oh, that's
green.
the green one.
Yeah, the clear green
Oh,
one.
nice.
Yeah, that was
You
my
would.
jump off. I still have it to this day. I just
wow.
never play it.
Next question. What's the most used tank top on Twitch?
The most used tank top.
No
on
tank
Twitch.
top.
Woo.
You know, actually, I've considered and fucked around with mentally having shirtless streams, but we're not quite there yet. They will come, I'm sure.
Now, do you rock wife beaters? Because I know that this
I
guy,
walked away.
No.
this guy's a wife beater.
No, I'm not a white beater guy. I'm not a white beater guy for sure. The most used tank top is definitely Duvin. So today I'm repping. This is Duvin Design. Some of my
There we
boys from
go.
high school, this is their clothing company. Comfy as shit. Obviously, we got beach vibes. You know, definitely Miami vibes.
We're looking for some more sponsors, guys. So
Yeah,
if you're
guys.
trying to,
That would be a great link up for you guys. So actually, definitely my Duvin tank tops are the most repped on stream, without
Let's
a doubt.
go. Next question. What is the number you need to hit to access tips on Twitch?
I'm already there. It is 50 followers, but
Okay.
it's also, so it's becoming an affiliate. So I am a Twitch affiliate. I didn't mention that. I am a Twitch affiliate. You have to average a certain amount of viewers and stream for on different days and have over 50 followers to become an affiliate. So I am an affiliate. The next level is partner. I'm going to be so hyped when I get to partner because you need a lot more than that. You need to average 75 viewers. I think you need to have over 1,000 followers.
Wow.
So you got to really be crushing it. And then sometimes even you get denied. Like I've seen people on Twitter that get denied 10, 20 times. And then they get partner on like a subsequent application. And
All
that's
right,
when
guys,
you're
let's
really
help this
big.
guy out. Let's get him some.
Yeah.
Let's get him those 1,000 followers and let's start throwing tips his way.
Yeah. I'm not asking for anything other than follows and good vibes, bros. You don't need to give me any money whatsoever. Let's build a community
Boom.
of people that love to crush it.
Love it. Last question. What's the biggest piece of advice you can live off to all our listeners today in one sentence?
I mean, I said it a few times throughout the podcast, right? Why not you?
Boom.
it's a great way to end it, man. Kevin, you're such a legend.
Love you, brother.
Appreciate you guys. I love
Until
you too,
next
man.
time, everyone.